And welcome to Tuesday, the 8th. Many of you have already now finished our essay that we have done, and it's ready to go into the next stage of our journey, which is going to be a new novel. I think you guys are going to like this novel a lot. It is updated with today's youth and practically pertains to this generation. It is a contemporary piece that was written to talk about the coming of age in high school. And so we are going to read a novel called let's see, we'll bring it up real quick. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. So, with that being said, here's what we got. What I'd like for you to do is to go to Moodle. So we'll start off by going to Moodle. And when we get down here, I want you to look at what is available. And the Perks of Being a Wallflower is right here as a PDF. So I would like you to click on it. And then when it comes up, I would like you to basically save this piece into your computer. So by doing so, you go to the download button and click on that. That's going to bring it up. You can open it and then save it, or you can save it first. It doesn't really matter. Let's just say we open it, and when it does, it opens up as a PDF, which becomes available. You will then go to File, and you will go to Save As. Make sure you can save it as a Word document if you want, but the PDF is a little bit more easier to read. So when you do and you click on PDF, make sure you know where you're saving it. So when you go to your library, your document pictures, or wherever, or even if you want to right click and create a new folder, you may do so as well in that area. Okay? All right, so once we've got that, and there it is, then I want you to go back, and once you've downloaded that, you will need to also download the study guide for being a wallflower as well, which I know you understand how to do that. It just asks you to open and save it. Then, before we actually engage in saving it, I want you to do a couple things. First, to introduce ourselves into kind of what this story is about, I'm going to want you to do a forum post that is open. And basically, here it is. Your question is, there are times when you are passive-aggressive or just plain passive. When are those times? And is one better than the other? Now, when we're talking about that, think about who you are. What makes you you? And in accordance to our nature, our personalities, and how we express ourselves, what I would like for you to do is I want you to think about yourself and who you are, and express to me with your own personal insight, because nobody knows you better than you, who you are in terms of being passive or being passive-aggressive, okay? Use details and examples. Now, some of you are probably aggressive and not passive at all, but I want you to understand what the difference is between being passive and passive-aggressive. So I put the definitions that they have down in the dictionary here for you to look at so that you don't get one confused with the other. And what you'll do is you'll go over here to reply. Once you hit reply, you'll start typing in your information, just like Word. If you want to make it larger, like a large screen, you just click the full screen mode, and you've got all this. Once you're done and you like what you've got, then you go to post a form, and it'll put it up there, okay, for me to read. This will be due on Friday. All right. After you've done this, you're kind of done with Moodle for the most part. Next thing I'm going to want you to do is I'm going to want you to go to this particular website right here. And it is www.shmoop.com. And basically it's Perks of Being a Wallflower, passivity theme. I want you to read the intro to what this story is about, okay? So I want you to read this particular introduction. You may have a couple of spam pop up or whatever, just close them when they do open. But it really does tell you a lot about what this story is going to be about. And one of those things that I want you to do is go to the summary, And on the summary, it has a short 3-minute video that kind of gives you what this book is about. And you can read here about our main character, Charlie, who's a 15-year-old, coping with and dealing with issues. And go ahead and click on it and view the video itself. Okay, so you get a good idea of kind of what you're going to be reading when you're seeing this. Okay. Now, after you watch that, we're getting close to being ready to go. I want to make some things available to you on this so that you understand. If you want to understand the characters, it has a very descriptive manner in which each character is here. You could click on that character and learn more about them. It's the same thing with analysis and the themes that go along with it. Some of the things, though, that are kind of cool that you'll be able to do as we're reading is it has an actual quizzes link that you can take some quizzes. You can do quotes, themes, symbols, name that tune quiz, and the school books quiz, which will be more to kind of what I'll be asking. But all these will kind of play in. And you don't get a grade for them, but it definitely helps you. And it also shows you, for instance, on a time scan, you've got 1 minute 30 seconds to kind of answer these questions. And so it kind of shows you if you win or you fail at it, you know, the questions and such. And it's kind of neat. You can retake it over and over again if you wanted to until you got 100%, but it's kind of, you know, engaging in that sense. All right, so once you're done with this, you're ready to begin reading a Wallflower. And that is where we're going to kind of come into play. You'll have 2 options that you can do. What we will do, and I'm in the process of creating them right now, is I will be adding in our Moodle here, I will be adding audio. Now, if you do not wish to do the audio, which is perfectly fine, then you may just simply read quietly. Okay, so those options will be available to you, but we're going to be going at our own pace. But with the audio, I know how, based on the time that we have in class, how long it'll take everybody to read what they're supposed to read. Some of you who read on your own independently will read faster than others, will definitely probably read faster than the audio, but nonetheless I will keep the audio available for those who struggle as readers, okay, to listen to them. It will be in a WAV or an MP3 format, so you can download it to your computer from here and basically listen to it on your computer when you come in to school. So when we come into class on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week, we will be doing sustained reading with this in mind. And then what you can do is while you are reading, you can bring up the questions to basically this story. Now, these questions are in a whole different array. They're not like your normal questions, okay? They are thought-provoking questions that will have different answers from everybody, okay? So if I'm reading some of these study guide questions and people have the same answers, I know you're cheating off each other. This is one of those things where, I mean, these questions are open-ended questions that allow you to interpret and make your interpretation of what you think's going on. There's only 30 of them. Okay, but they are worth some points. So some of them you will have a different take on things, such as this one right here. What are some of the consequences of sex that are portrayed in the perks? You're going to have a different opinion about how the sex is done in this, as opposed to, you know, the person sitting next to you on the right or the left. So with that being said, basically follow these instructions, download them, and these questions are in no set standard. They are addressed in themes. So as we hit themes such as passivity, love, you know, sex, drinking and alcohol, things like that, you will be answering them in accordance to. Okay? All right, that's it. Good luck, and hopefully you'll enjoy this book.